Right then, this is a quick walk around video for quite a remarkable Honda actually. This is a 2.2 SR automatic diesel, 64 plates, but the car's covered just 28,000 miles from new. It's had one private owner. It comes with a full Honda service history. It also has the big option of the sat-nav, big screen sat-nav fitted to the car, which is a big option on these, as I said. The car is in a condition to match the mileage. It's absolutely lovely. Finished in urban titanium, which looks fantastic on these cars. Front of the car, lights and lenses clear and intact, so cracks of condensation there. Bonnet, can't see a stone chip of any great note on there at all. Come down the near side first. Lovely and smooth down the panel work, can't see any obvious car parking indentations. Near side front alloy, the one that takes all of the damage generally, and there's lots of marks I can see on there. Near side rear alloy, again absolutely fantastic, clean. Come around the back, both corners very good. Tow bar effect, as you can see, which is nice for those who've got any intention of towing. It doesn't look like it's been used very much at all. Offside, driver's side, again absolutely crisp down the panels. So rear alloy, again absolutely lovely condition. And panel work is fantastic. I doubt there's a better example of this type of car anywhere. Certainly if you tick all the boxes. Come to the back of the car now, enormous boots in the car, and you can see load liner fitted, again lovely sign of ownership, but it's just been kept beautifully back here. Coming to the back now, wide opening rear doors, enormous amounts of leg room in the back, and the front seats are set up for me, and I'm 6 foot tall, so not cheating. And you've got this lovely half leather Alcantara interior. And the back of CR-Vs, as I always say, this is where the kids normally sit and where all the damage is done generally, and yet it looks like no one's ever really sat in the back of this one. Let's come to the front, again, very clean and tidy, full set of original Honda mats. Passenger seat there, again, absolutely superb condition. And they come to the driver's door card, and you can't really see a blemish on there, but great note. Footwear is very clean and tidy. Still got the plastic on the bar underneath that you adjust the seats with. It just shows how well this car's been kept, or little use it's had really. Driver's seat again in fantastic condition. Inside the car now, engine's running as always, so the dash is illuminated, and it's pretty much like new in here, incredibly clean. And there you can see the big screen sat nav, which is the big option on this car. This comes from the top of the range EX car actually. All working perfectly. Pop the car into reverse, got that lovely clear reverse parking camera, and that's much bigger than the standard one because that's normally up in the little pod up there. So again, nice to see. And obviously that complements the front and rear parking sensors fitted to the car. Bring them down. Just been kept wonderfully. Can I just show you the dashboard binnacle? 28,278 miles only. Engine's running, there's no warning lights on the car at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 SR diesel, and it's an automatic car. Car is registered KP64FRJ, if my eyesight's correct, and with a scarcely believable 28,271 miles recorded. The reason we do these videos, and especially this bit, the road test section, is just to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. The reason we've always felt it important is simply because we know just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look perfectly good in a photograph or description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up, which can be hugely frustrating if you've travelled any kind of distance. So coming to the car in question, with the ownership and the amazing history attached to this car and the low mileage, because it's got a full Honda history, you're going to expect the car to drive like new, and it does. And it's a cliche, but it's absolutely true in this case. It drives sensationally. I'm going to go through all the usual bits as I do for every single car though.
Starting with the engine, twist the key, engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all, relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car, and the car's been running for quite some time now. This is one of the best diesels you're going to sit behind. Honda have a reputation for being the builder of the best four-cylinder engines in the world, and for very good reason. They are incredibly tough and reliable, just with good regular maintenance over huge mileages. They're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about either. But more than that, it's just how nicely this engine drives. You wouldn't believe it was a diesel, apart from at very low revs, because in every other respect, it just feels like a powerful, torquey petrol engine. It's that smooth. And unlike a lot of turbo diesels, especially smaller capacity ones, they can make you feel like they're quicker than they are, but they're constantly up and down the gears because they've got quite a narrow power band. Whereas this is the opposite. It's got an incredibly broad, usable power band. So if you want to put your foot down and blast past something, it can do that, and smoothly and quietly. But if you just want to use the torque of the engine, driving a light throttle, it's man enough that it doesn't have to keep going up and down the gearbox. The gearbox itself, again, nice, beautifully engineered by Honda. It's very slick shifting. Ratios have been selected to extract the best out of the car in terms of fuel economy and the performance, so I'm not going to risk trying to get past that. That track has been indicating for the last 5 miles, so and they've done a mighty fine job of it. The gearbox, by the way, like the engine, has a reputation for being very, very tough and reliable. So come to the steering and chassis. Always been a strong part of the Honda CR-V. Steering's really nice on the car. It's very nicely weighted. It's precise, it's accurate, and it's actually reasonably quick for one of these types of cars. It tracks dead straight, no vibrations. I say at this speed, we're doing 25 miles an hour. At any speed up to the legal limit, basically. Suspension, first and foremost, this is a family car. It's designed to get families from A to B comfortably, which it does brilliantly. The flip side of that is, because there's no pretending this is a sports car, it is not. It doesn't feel sporty to drive. It's not meant to be sporty to drive. But what it is very, very, very accomplished. Polished is the word I'd use for it. Because when you go through corners, other manufacturers that can make their cars ride as well as this, and there are a few, what they can't do is to get them to go around the corners as well as this. Because when you do go through corners, it flows really, really nicely. And you don't get huge amounts of body roll unless you really push hard on the car. But we've driven across Europe in one of these, across mountain roads, and it's a very, very accomplished vehicle because you don't get that lurching when you go through the corners. Worth pointing out, there's no clonks, no rattles from underneath the vehicle at all. So everything's as tight as a drum, as you'd expect, of course. And brakes are fantastic on the car. Brake pedal, powerful, solid brake pedal, no pulsing, no vibrations at all. I do apologise. Had I known this chap was going to be going exactly where we're going, I would have chosen a different route, but needs must. Then coming inside the car, first thing you notice about the interior is when you get in, which videos can't get across, of course, is the build quality. It is a beautifully put together car and in fantastic condition. It's just arrived, doesn't need a clean really, but it will be cleaned. It's in such good condition in here. But no squeaks, no rattles. But also, the one thing you're immediately aware of is just how good the visibility is, which is lovely, because a lot of people get in the car and think, it's a big car, it's going to be quite hard to drive. It's not. You're helped by really good 360 visibility, massive wing mirrors, which side to side, which help with manoeuvring, lane changes, that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm just half focusing. I'm trying to get past this chap, but it's a bit of a blind corner. But it also quite a low dash line, so you've got a really good view of the road ahead. And the dashboard itself, even though it's a very well equipped car, is a really simple and easy dash to come to terms with. Sorry, just zip by, just proves how pokey the engine is. Yeah, it's just simplicity itself. 2 days in the car, you've mastered it. This one, as you know from the Walkaround section, is fitted with this really nice sat-nav system from the top of the range car, and it is a really lovely navigation system to use. It's so easy. That's working perfectly. Dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side. Also pumps out ice cold air, we've checked that as well. All of the switchgear, as always from Honda, is that lovely high quality damped feel to all the switchgear. And then your dash pinnacle in front, simple, legible, crisp, white on black dials, and then you've got this lovely leather bound steering wheel. This is a 4-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit you don't do anything, there's no buttons to press or anything. Honda worked out very quickly years ago that most people will be driving as I am right now, where you don't need 4-wheel drive on. So it basically runs in 2-wheel drive, which is in front-wheel drive, pretty much the whole time. Should it need to go into 4-wheel drive, it will automatically do it by bringing in the rear wheels via the traction control system of the car, so it reacts more quickly than you ever could yourself, and it's seamless in the way it operates. The advantages of the system are patently obvious. You're going to get through your tyres less quickly, you're going to use less fuel, and you put far less mechanical stress to the vehicle, which gives it its reliability. I can't fault it. The car drives absolutely beautifully. Literally, as I said, and I hate it because it is a cliche, drives as new.